You've just got to be your authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a giant goofball and a spazzy mess, and I'll drop her near. I'm like, well, crap, there goes that. You just incorporate it in. And when I started, I was doing the typical, so here's this necklace, it's 14 inches long, and I realized nobody cares about
No one cares. Hey, authentic influencers. I'm so excited. Today, I have a very special guest. This is Lilith Reed, and she's someone, we've known each other for about 6 months now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Our last summit is where we met. And Lilith is just amazing when it comes to Facebook parties, and her sales have gone through the roof. I love everything that she's doing. So I wanted to bring her on and talk a little bit today about Facebook parties. So welcome, Lilith.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, guys.
So first, before we dive into Facebook parties, let's just talk a little bit about, your background, where you were at before you found us, and kind of your journey over the last 6 months.
I am a network engineer. I've been in the tech field for probably about 25 years or so. I have just kind of gotten to the point where the tech business is very grueling. There's a lot of off-hours work. There's a lot of time investment. And at the time, before I got introduced to social tenacity, my father has been diagnosed with serious diabetes, type 1 diabetes, and he lives in Jamaica. When that diagnosis happened, I realized that I can't just get on a plane and go and, go take care of my family, go check out, make sure my father's okay, because my job was like priority number one. I had to be always available. And it hit me that I really needed to make a change. I wanted to step away from spending so much time working. And yes, it's successful. I've done well for myself, but I'm missing out on the things that are also important to me, which is family. And I wanted a way to step away from so much time being spent at work. So I wanted my time freedom. I ended up joining a network marketing company that I really loved the product. A friend of mine actually on Facebook, when I started doing the whole spammy thing, it's like, hey, help me get to order number 5. A friend of mine actually said, that's probably not the best way to do that. Check out these ladies at Social Tenacity. And I'm like, what's Social Tenacity? And certainly I looked you guys up and I was like, oh my God, there's another way to do this, right? I cannot be, because I never liked doing that to begin with. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this business work if that's what I had to do. And when I looked you guys up and researched, I actually joined the secret society. And from there, I went to Summit and met the most amazing women from Social Tenacity. It was a turning point in my life meeting you guys. It was great. And from there, I became, an IPOR graduate. So that's how I ended up being part of the Social Tenacity family.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yep.
Well, and it was so fun meeting you and just seeing you light up and all of the success you have had since then. Like, you're having killer months and You're doing it all through Facebook, right?
Yes, I am indeed. When I started out with my business, it was hit or miss. I wasn't doing all that great. And, when I started following the programs from the Secret Society and everything I learned in IPOR, my business practically went through the roof with sales. So it was awesome.
Well, let's dive into Facebook parties and let's chat. Because you have the thing I love. So your product is jewelry.
Yes.
Which honestly, health and wellness, it's always really easy to figure out like the one problem you solve and how you put that all together, you know? And so out of all the industries, I think jewelry is probably one of the hardest, but it's so like Facebook parties with jewelry is so much fun.
Yes.
So let's talk about how you are using Facebook to grow your business. What was your top sales month? Can we ask that?
Yes. The top sales was July.
Okay.
And I topped over 6,000.
Awesome. That's awesome. Especially for just starting out, because you haven't been in your company that long.
No, it's only been about maybe 3 or 4 months or so.
If you want to be able to be doing this too, like listen to Lilith, she's going to help you. So what is it that you do? Like walk us through like beginning to end, how you do a Facebook party and how you're getting these amazing sales numbers.
One of the things I learned from Social Tenacity, and I kind of bring this into my Facebook parties, is it's never about you. It's always about them. Nobody cares if I want a ton of sales.
Right.
You know, that was the thing that I figured out real quickly. So my parties, when I start out, everything is about the hostess. I make it apparent and clear. This is why we're here for the hostess. This is what we want to get done for the hostess. Her friends show up for the hostess's friends. They show up for them because they're not there for me. So per se, they're there for them. So I make the parties about that. The very first thing I do though is I do have steps that I walk the hostess through to be able to get a successful party, especially to help with the Facebook algorithms. I have the hostess do some posting. I have the hostess do tagging. I have them do some of those things. So we create a partnership in the beginning. So she wants to get the jewelry for free, and I give her the ways that we're going to be able to get this done. I always start over the beginning post, hey, introduce myself, and the second post is always shout out to the hostess. Say, you know, shout out to so-and-so for getting us all together. We're going to have a great time, it's be fun, and I make the parties fun. I do gifts, and that is, people love gifts.
Yeah.
They just love gifts. And engagement going in the beginning.
And so let's just talk gifts a second. Like what kind of gifts are you doing?
I do three giveaways in the parties.
Okay.
And they're not, you know, I do one big giveaway at the end and 2 small ones during the beginning. The very first giveaway and the very first post is I let folks know that at the end of the show, I am going to choose one random post, and everyone who are commented on that post will be in the drawing for the grand prize of the show. And that's peppered in throughout the show the whole time. Reminder, don't forget to comment. So that ups the engagement. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when people are commenting more than I'm posting, it helps with the Facebook algorithms. It's out there, folks can see. So that gets people going. So that's the big one. The 2 small ones is, so the way our Facebook shows work, there's 3 days of postings, and then the 4th day I do a live showcasing of the jewelry. So I actually get on live and chat with folks, and we have a ball showing the jewelry. One of the drawings that I do, one of the giveaways is be on time. So if you're on time, so I give everyone 10 minutes. If I start at 7:30, if you're on the live by 7:40, you're going to be in that drawing for the giveaway. And like people just show up because they just love to get it. And usually that one's kind of like, you know, a pair of studs or something like that. And then the second one that I do is, and this also helps with me not having to chase folks to get the next show, is I do a giveaway for the first 5 folks that want to book a show with me. So at the end of, when I do the live, I tell folks, I say, hey, and I point out all the benefits. If you can't get everything on your wish list, no worries. There's a way for you to get a whole stuff for free. And if you message me within this time frame to book a show, you will be in the drawing for a giveaway. And sure enough, I leave a show with at least 2 bookings every time. So those are the giveaways that I do. At the end, when the show is over, I do the big one. I pick that post and I get on live again. I actually do that one live, and I tag folks so they can all get on, and they're all excited to see who's going to win the grand prize. And the grand prize is usually, it's something bigger. It's like a really cool bracelet or a really nice necklace, something really, really big. So I kind of pepper that out through the show the whole time, that the grand prize is going to be big. You do not want to miss it. So comment. And I get on live and I do the grand prize drawing, and it works up great.
Well, I love that all the ways that you're doing this, you're increasing engagement. So that's playing towards the Facebook algorithm. And you're doing all of this in a Facebook group, right?
Yes, in a Facebook group.
Awesome. So, I'm just going to recap all of the steps that you went through. So, you start a Facebook group, you make the whole Facebook group about the hostess and about what it is that she's wanting and her goals and things like that, because then they're more likely to want to help the hostess than they are wanting to help you anyway.
Yes.
So then you do some posts and stuff. Is it just engagement posts the first couple days? Because it sounds like your parties are 4 days long. Is that right?
But yeah, 4 days.
Okay.
Very rare we'll get to 5 if a hostess wants to extend, but 4 days.
4 days. Okay. So the first 3 days, you're building engagement, building up excitement, getting them to comment and post, letting them know about the big giveaway. And if they show up on time for the party, and then you just walk through and show them all of the great things that you have. And I'm sure when you're showcasing your jewelry, you're showing them how it solves problems, right?
Absolutely. I'm not just saying, hey, so this one, here's a necklace, it's $44, it's this length. It's like, no. So, you guys, if you were going to the office and you're wearing this kind of, cut, this is a great piece to go with a V-neck. And check out the awesome earrings that go perfectly with them.
Oh, I love those ones. I have those earrings.
So that's how I do the actual showcasing.
Gotcha. So, and that really is key to get people to buy, is when you can take a product and you can show how it solves a problem or how to use it or how it's going to make their lives better, because that's the reason why people buy. Awesome. And
the one other thing that I didn't mention,
okay,
excuse me, that I think it's really, really important is you've just got to be your authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a giant goofball and a spazzy mess, and I'll drop an ear. I'm like, what crap? There goes that. You just incorporate it in, and you have fun. So being myself. And when I started, I was doing the typical. So here's this necklace. It's 14 inches long. And I realized nobody cares about
no one cares.
So I started incorporating my personality into the show and showing how the pieces will, solve a problem. And that has taken off. It's worked great. One of those things I learned from social tenacity.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your secret sauce of how you put this all together.
Oh, absolutely. I am so happy to be able to come on here and share with you guys.
So if people want to know more about you or want to get connected to you, how is the best way for them to find you?
So you can find me on Facebook. I'm Lilith Robinson Reed. There's only one of me out there. My name is kind of unique. Mm-hmm. So just look me up at Lilith Robinson Reed.
Awesome.
I do have a group. It's High Styling Achievers. So you can find me there as well. That is my group for where I share all my tips and tricks and, have fun sometimes.
Well, thanks so much for taking some time and chatting with us today.
Oh, absolutely. It's a pleasure.